Hi, everyone. It is a pleasure and honor to be a speaker at the Grit and Grace Global Summit. My name is Suzy Michael. I am a journalist and television presenter, and I have been in media for over 25 years. Let me talk to you about the media industry. In the media industry, you need to be a tough nut. You need to have thick skin and a sustained determination like you've never had before. Believe me, I'm sugarcoating my words when I tell you the media industry is strenuous and grueling. When you see a presenter on the screens or a news anchor behind the desk, you get the impression it's so glamorous. Everyone wants to be on TV and everyone wants to be seen. But behind the scenes, behind the glamorous facade, there's a lot of grit and resilience you need to be in the media industry. You need to learn how to believe in yourself. Of course, you're not perfect. Nobody is. But you need to set your mindset at a higher level and really believe in yourself. The phrase, "you are what you think," is pivotal in not only surviving, but also thriving in this industry. You need to believe that you can do your job, not for the prestige, but for the ability to inspire, entertain, and educate others through your work, which really means you're a combination of a mentor, a performer, and a teacher. I don't think there's any other industry that requires you to have three vastly different qualifications to competently do your role. Now, I never realized how hard it was. Since I was 12 years old, I wanted to be a news reporter and television presenter. That's all I wanted. I've always had the passion and devotion for that particular field of work. I want you to kind of think to yourself, what's your passion? What ignites fire in your soul and makes you smile and walk on cloud nine? That's the feeling of true happiness. And if you're not happy or passionate about something, why are you doing it? I chose something I love, despite the massive brick walls that keep popping up. I chose something where I'm prepared to take the good with the bad because it ignites my soul. It feeds my passion and happiness. My message to you today is this: what feeds your soul? And are you prepared to take the pain or the grit to experience the grace? In media, the biggest thing is being able to handle pressure and fill in when you need to. So I'm not just a presenter and a journalist. I'm also an editor, a producer, a director, and an actor. Media bosses these days expect tomorrow's job yesterday. It really is a dog-eat-dog industry. And because of the current economy, budget does play a pivotal role when you're employing someone inexperienced over an experienced one. This is one of the biggest challenges I've found in the industry, that qualified people are very often overlooked because of budget, regardless of their profile, experience, and quality or level of work that they produce. Now, you may have experienced something similar in your own industry. It means a drop in quality of what viewers see on television, what people read, and what people listen to. Why? Because the experienced ones are unaffordable. What a shame. So where is the media industry heading? Is this something we can expect to see across the board in many other industries? And if so, how are you going to handle this? It could even be in your own industry. Are you prepared to take the pay cut to continue doing what you love and delivering quality work? Do you have the grit and determination to keep going, hoping there's a light at the end and a redemption that will come from your sacrifice? A sacrifice you made because your passion outweighed the pain. Are you prepared to take the grit to experience the grace? Let me tell you a story. I once worked with a man who displayed all of the narcissistic traits you can think of, and he never listened to women. He thought he was always right. He backflipped on his requests, and he micromanaged absolutely every aspect of the scope of works. But the thing is, he wasn't even in media. He was actually a businessman. So he made working with him unbearable. I had stress headaches every day. I couldn't think clearly. I couldn't perform my best work. I couldn't even make rational decisions. This was really unlike me. I'm a very decisive person, and every decision I make is the right one, 99% of the time. I'm a type A personality, which means I'm outgoing, I'm ambitious, highly organized, I'm proactive, like I'm a go-getter, and I have really, really good time management skills. I meet every deadline. Basically, I'm a workaholic, and I push myself to overachieve. So when I work with someone who backflips on their request, I've lost my organizational compass. When they micromanage me, I've lost my time management ability. And when they don't listen to women, I've lost my ambition. Have you ever worked for or with someone who crushed your ambitions and work skills? It's a difficult pill to swallow, and it is an extraordinarily difficult road to be on. You can lose yourself completely. You love the work, but your colleague or boss is constantly putting you down and making you question yourself and your abilities. So what do? Do you endure it? Do you back out? Do you try to reason? That can be risky. Here's what I did. I confided in my husband and my close friends, and they saw my work situation from an objective perspective. I was in too deep and I couldn't make rational decisions. They all had the same advice. You love the work, and that's all that matters. Don't let someone else tear you down and stop you from doing what you love. So the way I dealt with it was I found ways to ignore his narcissistic behavior. I agreed with him, but I completed the work with my own twist to it. I smiled a lot. I laughed a lot. I looked after me, Suzy, and I made sure Suzy had the resilience, thick skin, charm, and grit to keep going and to do what Suzy loves. I prioritized myself, and I endured the grit to experience the grace. Yeah. The grace. I keep talking about grace. I think I've had enough of the grit. So there needs to be a happy ending. So putting the story behind me, I'm now experiencing the fruits of my labor. I'm not at my next destination yet, but I'm experiencing some of the sweetness of going through that bitter experience. When your autobiography allows you, I'm going to say that word, autobiography, allows you to experience a few doses of intense, fierce, and painful situations, you can react in two ways, and you probably know this: fight or flight. And neither one of them is the wrong decision. You choose the one that suits your narrative and will make you a better person. You choose the narrative that will make you blossom and an unstoppable force when anything like that is thrown in your path. You choose the narrative that when life throws you in the fire and tests you under intense conditions, you come out shining like a diamond. A diamond doesn't start out polished and shining. It was once a piece of coal, but with enough pressure and time, it becomes spectacular. I love that analogy, and I'm sure you've heard of something similar. Well, I can tell you it's true. My work journey has taught me three things. Firstly, not everyone is like me, of course, and difficult and different personalities are a good thing to have in my life. Why? Because secondly, it made me a better person by being thrown into the fire time and time again under extreme pressure and stressful conditions. And thirdly, I think my colleague must have gone through some sort of trauma to have that level of control, resentment, and unhealthy ego. It actually made me count my blessings that I haven't had any sort of trauma like that would send me over the edge. It made me count my blessings that the media industry has taught me to be a stronger version of myself. And it made me stop and count my blessings that the work I love has made me a better person than the previous year. My work grows me. It makes me thrive. I flourish in it. And it's a never-ending journey of education. And I hope that your work ignites your soul, and the grit you endure brings you an abundance of grace. You can feel free to connect with me for any television presenting work, emceeing, or keynote speaking. It's been a pleasure speaking in today's Global Summit. See you guys.